length right there. Okay. 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 So now,
Okay.
please pin yourself to KitKat Lab so we can see the presentation. There is a KitKat Lab. There are two KitKat Labs. So be sure you're pinning yourself to the one that has got the presentation.
Miss, we just need a candle and a glass bowl, right?
I had messaged a big list. I had messaged a big list to everyone.
So I only got the candle and the glass bowl. My mom
I
couldn't.
I had messaged a lot of things. I had
Ma'am,
messaged
ma'am,
glasses, spoons, salt, detergent, a thermometer.
ma'am, we don't have a thermometer. Ma'am, we have a mercury thermometer.
Okay. The one who has mercury thermometer, I will explain you what to do. Okay. Uh, the rest of you all have got this, no? You all have got digital thermometers, right?
Ma'am, we don't have thermometers.
Yes, ma'am.
I have
Ma'am,
a
I have a
digital
digital
thermometer.
one.
Okay. Those who don't have thermometers, it's okay. You just see the experiment. If you can just by touching, you can feel it well and good. If not, then it's okay. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, today we're going to study about the topic
Ma'am,
basically is
should the thing be should the experiment be conducted in the bathroom?
you can put a big plastic and put the things on it and sit out
What did you
there.
say?
I'm saying put a big plastic on your floor with all the things out there and you can do it there also.
We don't
If
have
you
that
want,
plastic.
you must be having a table plastic cloth, right?
Not you can go. I can't make a mess in the house. Yeah, we're sorry. We can't put it there.
Okay, so you can go and do it in the bathroom, wherever you're comfortable.
Should we put it in the kitchen? Okay, bathroom then. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it
wherever you're
gonna,
comfortable.
Miss?
You can do it on the kitchen granite also. You can do it wherever you're comfortable, where you feel you can do it. You can do those experiments there.
Miss, is this going to be like messy? Is it going to be really messy?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, see, though the topic name is fun chemical reactions, there is an important part that we are going to do today inside it. Is that whenever a chemical reaction occurs, there are certain signs that tell us that a chemical reaction is taking place. Before that, we'll go to the point where we want to differentiate between physical change and chemical change. So, if supposing I say XYZ reacting together is a physical change, how will you say that it is a physical change? Why is it a physical change? Why is it not a chemical change? Can anyone answer that?
Because the chemical properties won't be changed, and
Yes,
also the
yes, yes, very good. So if I have a chemical change that is taking place, uh, the chemical composition of that material will be changing in the course of the reaction. So, for example, if I have taken uh, uh, vinegar and baking soda, if I'm reacting both of them together, whatever the formula of vinegar and baking soda is, that formula is changing when the reaction is taking place. So I will say that a chemical change has been brought about. If, for example, I am mixing salt and water, if I'm mixing salt and water, eventually after the mixing of salt and water, if I check the composition of water, it is still H2O. If I check the composition of salt inside it, it is still NaCl. So is my formula changing of water and salt? No. So I will say it is a physical reaction. Sorry, it is a physical change. Okay, there is no chemical reaction taking place there. So this concept has to be very clear in your minds whenever I say physical and whenever I say chemical. Whenever I say physical change, uh, see, first thing is whenever something is happening around you, some change is taking place, the first thing you see is you will observe it with your five senses. Which five senses? The eyes, you will see it. Okay, you will smell it. You will hear things. Sometimes you may taste it. Sometimes, only if it is tastable. Sometimes you may touch it only if it is not harmful. So by five senses, you are trying to do you're trying to verify whether the change is a physical change or a chemical change. But further going down at a more molecular level, if we go to see, we will observe that the chemical composition is changing of the materials. If the chemical composition, the chemical formula is changing of the materials, then we say that the change is a chemical change. If the chemical is not changing chemical formulas, then we say it is a physical change. Okay. Now, there are certain signs which will tell us whether the change is a physical or a chemical change. So those signs are there which we are going to discuss now. One of them is such that you cannot do it at home. We'll do it whenever we meet next. The rest all we are trying to do it at home and we are trying to observe it. Okay. So we'll go to our first slide. So if you can see in the presentation, there is a magnesium wire that is now catching fire. Okay, that wire has caught fire and it is burning. So what is the first thing that you observe? That there is fire.
Magnesium
That's,
not only does it burn, it also produces a flare like. So like I know that magnesium is used in flares
yes, it is used in
because of how
flares.
brightly it can glow.
It is used in flares. It is used in all the crackers, the firecrackers. It is used
Ma'am,
everywhere. Yes,
you can also feel the heat.
yes. You can also feel the heat also. So burning of magnesium ribbon is causing fire. That is the first change that you will observe. The second thing that you will see is that the magnesium ribbon was first silver in color. Now, once the fire has happened, once there is fire, now what is happening is the silver color magnesium ribbon is changing and is becoming white in color, like an ash. It's like a white ash. Okay, so there is a change in color that is taking place. Okay, so this is the first observation that we do. So if supposing you all know this history, the Statue of Liberty, which was originally actually red in color, okay, when it was really presented to US, it was presented as a gift by some country to US, and it was
Ma'am, it was presented by France.
France, right? Yes. So it was red in color, means it was actually made up of copper. Eventually, over the years, what happened is that there took a chemical reaction over it, means the copper started reacting with oxygen in the air, means it started to rust. Basically, we say it is starting to rust. So when that took place, the color of red copper changed to green color because copper, which is Cu, changed to CuO, copper oxide, and so it became green in color. Okay, so this change in color is an indication that a chemical reaction must have taken place. So the first observation that we must make is whether there is a chemical change or no. Okay, Yes. So this is one reaction which uh, in your house I can't allow you also to do anything related to it. Okay. So I hope this change in color is clear with you. Next. So this is the explanation for it, that what you're observing is you're observing light. The magnesium. See the formula for magnesium, Mg. It is burning. Burning means you're reacting with O. Whenever I say burning, burning is similar to combustion, it is similar to oxidation, it is similar to reacting with O. Whenever I say burning, I'm meaning either of it. It is like, we write slash slash. You can tell burning slash oxidation slash combustion slash reacting with oxygen. So here magnesium is reacting with oxygen and it is becoming into MgO. So the chemical formula is changing. Magnesium is becoming magnesium oxide. So this is a chemical change. And we saw light. Light is an indicator that a chemical reaction has taken place. And this is where we are using it for fireworks and for sparklers. Okay. So this is the first part. We'll go to the next reaction. Okay, so this is what you all are going to do. For this, I had told you all, keep a bowl ready. Okay, you all are going to keep a bowl ready. In that, you're going to make your candle stand still. Okay, so for making a candle still, either if your candle is thick, very good. If your candle is thin, then you can ask someone to fix it using little bit of wax. With little bit of, you have to burn the candle, let the wax fall in center, and then fix the candle. I'm very sure someone can help you do that. Okay. After you have done that, you are first going to pour in a little bit of vinegar around it.
Excuse
You
me,
are
ma'am.
going, yes,
Are we going to do this experiment now?
yes, you can do the experiment after when I tell you. I'm just explaining you the whole process. Then you can do the experiment. I'll give you time. So after each slide, when I tell you let's perform, you all can do the experiment. At that time, we'll observe one by one because you all so many are there. So after each, we'll keep the video on for each person. Please say that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So one by one, we'll observe it for everyone. Okay. So what are you
Ma'am,
going?
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes. Who said ma'am?
should Avia, can you come to my back? Can you come to my washroom when ma'am says so we can do the experiment?
Yeah, you can go and do the experiment anywhere. Okay. What are you going to do in the experiment? In a bowl, you're going to put a candle in between. Okay. You're going to put vinegar around it, and then you're going to put baking soda into it when I tell you to do it. Okay. Now you light up the candle. Okay. What is going to happen is that vinegar reacting with baking soda and it is producing gas. Which gas is it producing? It is producing carbon dioxide gas. This carbon dioxide gas will flow up. As it flows up, we know carbon dioxide will not support burning. Carbon dioxide will put off fire. So the candle that you'll keep burning will eventually go off. It may happen that as per the height of your candle or as per the quantity of vinegar that you have taken, the carbon dioxide generated may not be in sufficient quantity. So you may have to increase your vinegar or you may have to increase your quantity of baking soda. That I cannot tell you, that you all will have to judge by your own self because you all are doing the experiment in front of you. Okay. I'm just explaining you the process. Just before the class, I sent you the setup. In that bowl, you're going to put the candle, you're going to put vinegar. and then with a spoon you're going to put baking soda all around it. The minute vinegar comes in contact with baking soda,
I'll
minute,
explain it.
one
Basically,
second.
basically what we're doing is we're going to have a bowl and vinegar and baking soda, and we're going to try to see if the candle can be put out.
Yes, right. Okay. In this, you're doing two experiments together. The first experiment that you're doing is you're producing gas. That is what a sign of a chemical reaction is. Whenever chemical reaction happens, gas is produced out there. Okay, that is the first experiment that you're doing, and the gas that you're producing is carbon dioxide. To confirm that it is carbon dioxide, we have put a candle burning, and if the candle is able to blow off, means definitely the gas that you're producing is carbon dioxide. Had it been not carbon dioxide gas, had it been oxygen gas, the burning would flare up more because oxygen supports burning. Oxygen helps in burning. I just said everything is reacting with oxygen. So what will happen is that the candle will burn up more brightly. Okay, so to identify which gas is there, if you do this test, if it is carbon dioxide gas, candle will blow up. Can you go to the next slide?
Miss, are there other? You also asked for salt and washing detergent.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We'll come to that. Hold on. Okay.
Oh,
Now
okay. I
see,
thought this was
vinegar and baking soda is going to produce gas bubbles. For all of y'all who want to write the formula of vinegar, please write it down. You can write it down as CH3. CH3COOH. CH3COOH. That is a formula of vinegar. Whoever wants to write can write it down. CH3COOH. And for baking soda, the formula is NaHCO3. NaHCO3. Now see the formula. CH3COH, NaHCO3. Now what is going to happen? Now you are producing, now what is being made is CH3COONA plus H2O plus CO2. So already the chemical formula has changed. So it is a chemical reaction, but you can't observe the molecular structures by seeing it with eyes. So for seeing it with eyes or by hearing it or whatever, we want some sign. So the indication of a chemical reaction is formation of bubbles. Another example of formation of bubble that I can give you is whenever something has rotten, for example, say some fruit or something gets rotten off, what will happen is that there you will see waterish material flowing from there, and you will see small bubbles out there. So those bubbles are formation of gases that are being produced out there because of the rotting. So rotting is a chemical reaction. Rotting of food, rotting of vegetables, rotting of fruits is a chemical reaction. And there you can get a smell also. Along with the smell, you can see bubbles also being formed out there. So formation of bubbles is a chemical reaction. Okay. Now, to make it fun activity for you, what we normally do is you can add a little bit of food color or watercolor, or if you don't have that, you must be having turmeric at your house. You can just add turmeric also. Okay. Any of the material you're in the vinegar, you're going to add it so that the bubbles that you see will be all colory. Okay. So I'm very sure that you will enjoy doing that. Okay. Am I clear?
Yes,
You can
miss.
use food color, you can use anything. So now please set up yourself. Please set up yourself and
Okay.
let me know when you all are ready. Whoever is ready, we're going to see the video for that person.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. You're ready? Okay, so please switch on your video. Divya Chandrasekhar. Yes, please switch on your video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it
So
is it
let's,
visible? Yeah.
yeah, but we want to see the setup.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just doing that.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes.
Oh, miss, I can't do this experiment because I don't have vinegar.
ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದು.
I can't hear you, Ria.
Oh, miss, I can't do this experiment because I don't have vinegar.
Oh, no problem. If you don't have it, you can observe for others.
Ma'am, even I don't have vinegar.
Okay, no harm.
Ma'am, even I don't have vinegar.
Okay,
Hey,
no harm.
Farida, did you use lime, lemon juice instead of vinegar?
I haven't tried doing it at. If you all want to, you can try doing it.
Yeah, we'll just try it because even we don't have vinegar, so I thought let's give this a try.
Yeah, because lemon juice ka formula is different. I don't know if it how it will react with baking soda.
Okay.
You can try it and see if it is reacting, and if it is producing gas, then you can show it to us.
Thank you. Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this fine?
Yes, yes.
So we'll pour the vinegar now.
Yes.
Hold this.
Yeah. Enough. You can add what color you wish to into it, so that it just gives a nice
Okay.
feel to
Bubbles.
it. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Soda can I put now?
Yeah. First, burn the candle. Burn the candle.
Okay. Okay.
Light up the candle. The no fan is on, right?
No, no.
Because the candle will burn up by itself.
Okay. Okay. So can we put the soda now?
Yes, you can put the soda now.
So I have.
Formation of bubbles are seen. The candle is flickering, but not still going away. You can just mix the contents with the spoon. Okay,
It's
lot
not
of bubbles, but still the candle was very strong enough.
the height of the candle.
Yeah.
We'll try put vegan vinegar again, but I see a lot of air there.
Okay.
Still not enough.
Not enough. And probably, the bowl is, like opening outside. So probably the gas is escaping easily outside rather than concentrating on the candle.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, you did observe
Yes,
the gas. Bubbles are being seen very well.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Next time you can actually try it with half the
Olive
size
oil.
of candle.
Correct,
Half
correct.
the size of candle. So the size of candle will come up to, a little bit lesser than what it is right now.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm very sure, please don't waste the vinegar and baking soda at this time. At this
Sure.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Who else is? Thank you. Thank you, Divya, right? What's the student's name? Huh?
Gauri.
Gauri. Gauri, thank you for the experimentation. Thank you.
Ma'am, I'm ready. Thank you.
Who else is ready?
And me, Samant, I'm ready.
Okay, Samit, switch on your video.
Just hold it towards.
Okay, good.
So you say you're
Yeah.
ready. Okay. We are ready with the vinegar and the food color, and we also
Okay.
have the candle lit up. So we're just
Yeah,
adding
okay.
the baking soda now.
Baking soda. Okay. And we've added blue color into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Can we have the camera a little bit towards the, we can see the setup in the center? No,
Okay.
it's gone away. Yeah, little bit down. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. More. Whoa.
Oh, and the candle went off.
That was enough.
Perfect. Yeah, good one.
Good
Good
one.
one. Okay, so we saw the bubbles also, and we saw the candle going off also with the carbon dioxide gas.
Yeah.
So good observation. Nice one. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Good, Samit. Good. Chalo. Who else is ready?
Me. Me.
Yes, who's that? Me?
Minu and Veda.
Yes, Minu and Veda. Come on. Switch on your videos.
We have to set up the laptop so it faces the experiment.
It will take time.
Just 1 minute. Done.
Okay, no harm. Anyone else is ready in that meantime? We can observe for someone else.
Hey Farida, we tried it with balsamic vinegar and it worked. Yeah,
Yeah, balsamic vinegar, so it will work.
yeah. So luckily we had
You,
that in the house. So yeah, it is working. So
yeah,
I'll just
balsamic vinegar is, I thought you said lemon juice.
yeah, I thought, but then my husband reminded me that we have balsamic, so try with that.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. The formula of vinegar is going to remain the same.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so if you want, if your setup is ready, you can tell us. We'll want to see your experiment.
Okay.
So right now
So start
we'll observe Vinu and Veda first.
first, and then we'll go.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and then put it in. Come closer. Light.
Have you put vinegar?
You have to light it immediately. It's okay.
Be careful. It should not catch fire.
I'm here. Edu, you have to light it immediately. You have to hold and light it. Try it again. You'll do it.
You put the vinegar first. You put the vinegar and the coloring
No,
color
they have.
first.
Yeah, they're putting vinegar.
First put vinegar and colors.
Color. Where's the paintbrush with her? Edu, you can't hold the match like this because the fire is gonna come on you. Hold the match like this and come on. Come on. Hold it like this and like this. Hold it close back.
You can put water into your color palette, and then that water only you could have put into the glass.
It's okay, now you have, no? Put it. Okay, they are colored it. You need to put salt in it? No. Yeah? Now, salt in it?
No. Now first burn the candle. Burn the candle.
Come close by. Yeah, come close by and hold it like this. Light it.
Good one.
Candle off.
Very good.
You blow the candle. Sorry, you blow the candle. Okay, do it again. Good job. You did it. Good job. Do it
Whether
again.
you have to blow only the candle, not the candle.
Go closer. Yeah, now blow the match up. Good job! Yay! Okay, now you can continue. What? Don't put your hand over the flame, baby. Yeah. That's enough.
Okay.
Now
Add some more baking soda.
baking soda, baking soda.
Gas is produced. Bubbles are seen.
Not yet. Not yet.
Then are you adding baking soda?
That's enough. That's enough. Let's see.
Okay.
It's pink enough. Not red.
Bubbles are seen, but I think the candle is very strong.
Oh no.
It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about blowing off the candle. Okay. The main important thing was to observe the bubbles being formed that you observed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Next time when you do it, you have to have a little bit more smaller candle.
Okay. You have to put that
Okay.
side.
Okay. Good one. Good Veda Vinayak. Good one. So lot of birthday wishes for Ria today. So many candles are being blown off.
Farida ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Like, I don't have a tall candle, but will this one work? Wait.
I can't see it.
Um,
Yeah, this is perfect.
okay.
But then you have to make sure that your vinegar is lesser in quantity than half its size, okay? Half its height.
Okay.
Ma'am, I'm fully ready. Can I start?
Yes, Vedika, you can start. Please switch on your video. Vedika, your candle is again very big, huh?
Yeah, I didn't have a smaller one.
So there's a chance that it might not go up, so it's okay. Blowing of the candle is not important. The reaction is important.
I'll put it in.
Yeah, lots of bubbles coming up. Yes, and the candle was flickering but did not go up.
Yeah, it
Okay.
almost reached.
Yes, it almost went and came back. Good one. Good, nice. Good, Vedika. So, who's ready next?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Wait, we have three people. First, I think we'll observe Avia and
So I have an outside. I have a. Where should I put the vinegar? Yeah. See. So this is the inside. Should I put the vinegar here?
yes. You can put the vinegar inside.
Okay. Thank you. How much vinegar, ma'am?
Around 1/4. Little more. Okay, that's enough, I suppose. You can add color. Burn the candle.
So like
Okay.
this.
Yeah. Now burn the candle and then add the baking soda.
Now we have
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Now we
Yes.
have a spoon of baking soda, right?
Yes. You have to add baking soda. Your candle is burning, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is this much fine?
Yeah. Yes, and the bubbles and the candle went off. Happy
Yay.
birthday, Ria, once more.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we saw bubbles and we observed that the gas was carbon dioxide gas, so it put away the fire. Okay. Who is next? Who is ready? Gia?
Ma'am, me and Jayant are ready.
Okay. Janvi, switch on your.
Can you see the candle?
Yeah, we can see it.
We've already added vinegar. We're just
Okay.
adding some baking soda.
Okay.
Just a minute. Like that.
The camera is just moving a lot.
Yeah, that I'm finding a stable place.
And the candle went off. The bubbles were seen and also the candle went off. Good one. Anyone else ready? Uh, we still have to go a long way.
Ma'am,
Yes, Gia.
I'm ready, but I have to join from another computer so you guys can see what I'm doing. Because I'm on a PC, I can't position the camera.
Okay, so do you want to take a video of it when you do it and then post it on the group?
Okay,
Yeah, will you do that?
okay, sure.
Whoever is left, will you all do this? You take a video of it and post it on the groups.
Okay,
So we'll be able to have it as a memory also on the group. And plus, I think it's a lot of time, so we can go to the next sign of chemical reaction.
okay.
Yes? Okay. So, good one, good try, all of y'all. Now, next is going to be, we said we see light as a chemical change, we see bubbles as a chemical change. We also can feel the temperature also. So, if the temperature becomes more or if the temperature goes low. If the temperature becomes less than what a normal reacting mixture was. If it becomes less, then we say it is an endothermic reaction. The temperature goes less. Okay, so if, for example, for this experiment, I'll tell you what you have to do. Okay, not right now, first hold on. So, you all are going to uh, take water. In the water, first you all are going to put your digital thermometers and see the temperature. Okay, and you all are going to uh, you're going to observe that what the temperature of your water was. Okay, now you're going to add two things to it in two different glasses. In one glass, you will be adding salt, a good quantity of salt, say around 6 to 7 spoons of salt. Okay, and in the other glass, you're going to add 6 to 7 spoons of detergent into it. Okay, so these two setups you are going to do, but before taking the setup, you're going to take the temperature of your um, water, plain water. Okay, so when you will observe, you will see that one of the one of the temperatures will go down, one of the temperatures will go up.
Ma'am,
Yes,
do we have to put water in both the cups?
yeah, both the cups, water in both the cups. Okay, and since you all don't have thermometers, you can just You can just predict it by just touching it with hands. Okay, you can just touch it with hands and you can observe whether the glass is becoming slightly hotter or the glass is becoming slightly colder. Okay.
Miss, I have
Ma'am,
a thermometer.
Yes, Ria.
I have a digital thermometer.
Yeah, you can use a digital thermometer without any harm.
Bottle they
Okay, so Miss, I just so in one glass regular water and in one glass there's salt and
No, no, no. In both the glasses, there will be regular water only. In
okay,
both the glasses, there will be regular water. Okay.
okay,
And observe the temperature for that water. Okay. In
okay,
one of the glass A, you will add 6 to 7 spoons of salt. In glass B containing water, you will add 6 to 7 spoons of detergent. Okay.
okay.
One of them is going to get hot, one of them is going to get cold. Okay.
ma'am.
Samit, you don't have this thermometer, right?
Yeah.
Digital. So please don't put the thermometer after the reaction. Okay, just observe it with your hand. You can observe the temperature before, but don't put your thermometer after the reaction. Okay, because if the temperature goes above that 36 degrees, your mercury thermometer will burst. Okay, that mercury temperature is only for the human body range up to 42 degrees. If it goes above 42 degrees, it may burst. Now, I am not in front of you. I can't tell you how much hot it has become. Okay, so don't put it after. Just before you can do it, because I'm very sure before the temperature of water must be definitely less than 42 only. Okay, so first let me just finish the presentation, then you all can do the experimentation. If the temperature is becoming less, such a reaction we call as an endothermic reaction. Okay, so you will observe it for your salt. You're going to observe it because already the picture is given. So you will observe it for your salt, that if for example the water temperature was 30 degrees, okay, the change after putting in 6 to 7 spoons of salt will be that 30 might go down to 28. Around 1 to 2 degrees change will be there. Okay. uh, this same thing will happen with the detergent also, but there the temperature will go higher up. The temperature will go higher up. So instead of becoming 30, it might go 32, 36 also. Okay. So these two changes are going to take place. One side, the temperature will go down. If the temperature is going down, we call that reaction to be an endothermic reaction. Next slide. If the temperature is going higher, as you can see how the temperature is going higher. If the temperature is going higher, you say it is an exothermic reaction. Okay, so whenever you want to observe whether chemical reaction has taken place or no, we can use heat if it is being produced or it is being taken inside. If heat is taken inside, you say that it is an endothermic reaction because heat is taken inside and the entire temperature goes down. If heat is given outside to the surroundings from the chemical reaction, then we say it is an exothermic reaction. So there are two reactions, endothermic and exothermic reaction. Okay, next. So temperature change, if something is becoming cold, you say endothermic. If something is becoming hot, you say exothermic reaction. Okay, now it is 10:48. I'll give you all time up to 55, 7 minutes. I think 7 minutes should be more than enough for y'all to take your two glasses, uh, uh, take the temperature of both the water. The water will be same initially when you take in both the glasses. Observe the temperature in the glass. Okay, in 1 glass, then add salt. Let the thermometer be there. Observe what is the change in the temperature. Okay, then the same thing you will do it with the next glass. Keep the thermometer there. You will observe what is the temperature of water, then add detergent into it. Then again observe what is the temperature change out there. Okay, so after you complete, you are going to tell me the observations. Okay, and if possible, you can just take a picture and send it on the group. Okay, so I'll give you all 5, 6, 7 minutes time. Should be more than enough. Okay, those who have material can do it. Those you don't have material, it's okay. Samit, you don't use the thermometer for the detergent experiment. Okay, for the salt you can use it because it is endothermic. The temperature will become lesser, so nothing will happen to your mercury thermometer. But for the hotter experiment, please don't use it. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
even my digital thermometer doesn't have battery, so I'll use the mercury. Like,
Yeah, so you also don't use it for the detergent,
yeah.
only use it for the salt. And those
Okay.
who don't have thermometers, you can just simply put your hand inside and check it, whether it's getting colder or whether it is getting slightly hotter. Okay?
Oh, miss, I'm ready.
Okay. So whoever is ready can do it and let us know your observation. You all can switch on your cameras so we can keep on observing everyone side by side, whoever is doing the experiment.
Miss, my thermometer isn't working actually, so I won't be able to use it.
Okay, no problem.
So I first add a bit of salt, right?
Bit no, 6 to 7 spoons of salt.
Okay.
I just hope you all have got ample quantity of salt at home so that you don't, in this particular time, you all are not wasting materials at home.
Okay, while doing this experiment, you all can keep your mics on mute so that, because everyone will be doing it at once. Thank you.
After adding, you have to mix it.
Ma'am, I have this thermometer.
Hmm.
Uh,
That is a mercury one.
yes. Can I
Yes.
use it?
Yes, you can use it for the salt one. Don't use it for the uh, detergent one.
Okay.
Miss, I'm using the detergent powder.
So no, when you added salt, what happened?
It became more cool.
Really, or just because I told it became cool?
No, it actually became more cool. It didn't become more hot.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, my temperature is not going up nor down. I tried in both of the glasses.
Not going up or down.
No,
Detergent is hotter.
What is hotter?
The detergent.
The detergent went hotter.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Nishraya, probably you are using a digital thermometer, right?
no, ma'am. I'll just show it to you.
Mercury, na? So you forgot mercury thermometers. You have to give a hick after using it. then only it will change.
This is
It is not the lab thermometer.
35.
Ma'am, even
So
from
yeah, so the best thing is don't touch the thermometers, leave the thermometers away, just touch your hands into it and just tell us whether it is hot or cold.
Miss, the one with the detergent powder became more warm.
More warm, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
So that became
an exothermic reaction.
yes. And the salt one became endothermic reaction.
Endothermic.
Yes. And not to waste the detergent water, you all can use it for washing something. Because it is not spoiled. You can use it for washing something in your house.
ma'am, the salt
Okay.
one is cooler than normal water.
The salt one is lower than the normal water, right? Good. It is an endothermic reaction. Now try the detergent one. Any more observations? Endothermic, exothermic, anyone?
Ma'am, the salt just isn't mixing, it just keeps falling on the ground.
Yes, no problem. Because you've added more quantity of salt than required. That is why. If you don't have a thermometer, it's fine. You can just put your finger and observe whether it is getting cooler or whether it is getting warmer.
Ma'am, the one with the salt got cooler,
Okay.
and the one with the detergent got hotter.
Yes, good one. So the salt is an endothermic reaction and the detergent is a exothermic reaction. I think we are time up. So we can, I think I can observe Samit is doing it, right? We'll just wait for him to finish it. If anyone else is still observing, let us know.
Ma'am, my sister by mistakenly left the meeting. That's what she said.
Ma'am, it did get hotter than the normal water.
Yes, and the
detergent.
salt and the salt one, did
Salt,
it get colder?
yeah, the salt was cooler than the normal water.
Okay.
So with the thermometer, normal water was about 36, and
Okay.
with the salt, it would have been, it was 35 or 34.
Okay. So because you have a mercury thermometer, remember you have to give it a hick. That is why, it has to go back to the reservoir and then come back. I'm very sure if you've got your parents around you, they can do it for you. You have to hick it again and then put it back into it.
Yeah.
Is the detergent seeming very hot?
Yeah, it's like lukewarm water.
Yes. So please don't put your mercury in thermometer into it. Okay? It might burst. We don't want disasters.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think all of y'all have seen it, all of y'all have observed it. So we'll go back to a presentation.
Ma'am,
Yes,
I just tried the vinegar experiment and it worked.
it worked? Great.
Yeah.
Did you record it?
No, but I have another candle, the same thing, so I'll record it and I'll send it.
Okay, please do send it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's pin yourself back to KitKat lab. So we just finished 3 observations. One is light, one is gas, and one is temperature. So 3 things. Uh, Production of light, uh, production of gas, and temperature. There are 2 more other changes which take place. One I explained to you, that would be a color change, like I just explained you about the Statue of Liberty. Or for that matter, rust. Rust is an example which you will see in your house also. Okay, you will take an iron nail. You for that you will have to do it. It'll take a little time. Okay, that iron nail you will have to put it half in water and half in air. Okay, it should not be completely in water. Okay, it should be half in air and half in water, and just leave it there for like say 2 or 3 days. What will observe that rust will develop over that nail. So the color of the nail was first silver in color, silverish gray. After some time, you'll observe that the rust becomes red in color. Why? Iron formula is Fe. Rust formula is Fe2O3. So it reacted with oxygen in the air, it reacted with the oxygen in the water and some water particles also, and it has become Fe2O3, and so the color changed, it became red in color. So please do this and also send us pictures. Okay, last time only Vedika sent me picture of the diver, nobody else did it.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can I tell you something? Then technically, isn't eating a form of chemical change because you're making food into you're making already chewed up food into basic and destroying it with acid.
What? What did you say? What is a chemical reaction?
A chemical reaction would technically,
Which?
chemical reaction would be eating, digesting your food.
Eating, yes, definitely.
Well, eating is a chemical change. Digesting
Yes.
is a chemical change.
Yes, very much, very much. Starting right from your mouth. The enzymes come into your saliva, they break down the food, the chemical formula of the food is totally changing. Right from your mouth itself, we are not even going up to the stomach. Right from your mouth itself, eating is a chemical change. Okay? Okay. And the other one is formation of precipitate. If you see on the left hand side, the test tube is plain. On the right hand side, you'll see with the plain water, there's some yellow color kind of thick material, viscous material. That is what we call as precipitate. So that is again something that I cannot make you all do because we don't have the correct supplies. We'll be doing it whenever we meet it in the class. Okay, so 5 indicators of a chemical change: production of gas, production of light, permanent color change, formation of precipitate, and temperature change. In temperature change, we have 2 types, endothermic and exothermic. Okay, next slide. This is again a revision for you all. See how the see how the production of gas is taking place. Okay, you can see gas is being formed on the right hand side. On the right hand side, you can see gas is being formed. So
Miss, is that cylindrical white thing inside the test tube baking soda, a block of baking soda?
It's actually dry ice.
Oh, dry ice.
Yeah. So when you add dry ice and water, it will create bubbles. Okay. Okay. Next. Production of light. Okay. Production of light, like it happens in magnesium. It is a chemical change. It happens in fire, it happens in burning, all those processes. Next. permanent color change. There is a change. See on the left side that it was yellow and white color mixture. When I mix it, it becomes a reddish mixture. Permanent color change. On the right hand picture, there is a wire and there is a transparent solution. When I mix it, it's becoming blue in color. So this is a permanent color change. Okay. So now next. This is what I was telling, formation of precipitate. Can you see a viscous thick material? The viscous thick material is what we call it as the precipitate. So you can see all the different colors of precipitate. There is first cream color, yellow color, creamish, again whitish color. Whenever such kind of precipitate occurs, we say it is a chemical change.
Ma'am, when does
Yes.
this occur? Like how? Is there an
Because I'll tell you, because what happens in the reaction, if there was salt and that salt is not soluble in the other material that is being formed. If that other material is not soluble in each other, then they both separate out. And because they are not both soluble, you can see one differently and the other one differently. So if, for example, you take the yellow one, it is a precipitate of lead iodide. That lead iodide was not soluble in whatever solution after the reaction. So that is why you could see it. Okay? Understood
Okay.
better?
Yeah.
Next.
Yes.
Okay, next. Temperature change. If the temperature rises, it is exo. If temperature goes down, it is endo. Okay, so all kind of fires, all of those are exothermic reactions, and very few are endothermic reactions also, where you are taking the heat inside. Okay, next. So we finished the session. Any questions related? This was supposed to be a fun chemical reaction as per the level 1, but because you all are beginner, I actually explained you what it actually is. They are signs of chemical reaction. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Miss, no. Yeah, ma'am, how does the chemical composition of like something change when an endothermic or exothermic reaction happens?
There is a change in the chemical. See how we observe MgO, Mg reacts with O and becomes MgO. Correct?
Yeah.
Mg reacts with O and becomes MgO. So the reactants and the products, the chemical formula is totally different. So that chemical formula totally different is definitely that it is a chemical change. Endo or exo is just a sign. It is just a sign that it is a chemical reaction. It is not that because of the endo or the exo, the chemical reaction is happening place. No, the chemical reaction is happening place, and it is a sign that okay, yes, a chemical reaction has taken place.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in our vinegar and baking soda experiment,
Yes.
we know that a chemical change has happened. So, is the solution different
What solution?
of the vinegar and baking soda now? Is it something different chemically?
Yes, yes, yes. It is very much different. I'll do one thing. I will send the formula across on the group, so you will understand what the formula of vinegar and baking soda is and how it has changed now. To in the beginning I gave you CH3COONA plus H2O plus CO2. How it is changing? That entire chemical formula I'll send it across. So the whole formula is changing only.
Okay.
Anyone?
No.
No? Okay. I have asked photographs, videos of all the ones who have not done it, experiments, the photographs of the rusting of iron nail. Please do send it till the next class. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, kids. Chalo. Okay, kids. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.